Hi, you guys. So I am still just doodling. Well, I'll doodle for a while and then I'll stitch for a while. Then I do, well, you know how that goes. Maybe you know how that goes. And so, anyway, I just don't, well, like right now, I don't know how things go. So I was just trying to, oh, I made the mushroom. The mushroom looks pretty good. And, so I was thinking about making like another mushroom, a very strange mushroom maybe. Let me see if this works. No, that wouldn't go down. This would have to be like this. Got all that pencil line in there. I'll get rid of it though in just a minute. I gotta get rid of some of them lines. So, how are you guys doing today? You know, I was looking at I was, I go to a few sites of people who are just doodling, and I see what they're doing, but it's sad that none of them channels that do all the doodling, they are not big channels, which makes me think, well, then that means that they just really don't do. Not a lot of people do doodling, and doodling is so important. I think it is very important that that people do doodling. Actually, you see here, I'm trying to doodle and think at the same time, and it's near about impossible because when you're doing when you're doodling, you focus on what you're doing, and you don't really focus on other things that you don't need to be not focused on. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm just trying to draw another mushroom here. First I had these bubbles here, but now I'm going to not have them bubbles. This is why you draw first in pencil and get the idea of what you want to do. Now I think I goofed that up, but and if you goof something up, it's no big deal. See, I goofed it up because I wanted those lines to come over to the stem. Like that. See, that's what I wanted to do. And so, so just sing a song or something while you watch me do this. You don't even have to watch me do this. But, you can do whatever floats your little boat. You know what I'm saying? I'm just doing this little. I do want to have some leaves though. So now, you know what? You don't erase. You do a lot of erasing when you do something like this, but don't erase too soon. Like right here, I erased and I smeared around that that ink because the ink wasn't like totally dry, and so that kind of messed it up. But that's all right. It just doesn't really show, and it's just for me. It's just for me, and it's just for my own, and I'm entertaining myself. Here you go. See, now I got rid of, and when you're making something like, okay, so maybe I want to. I got a number 8 here, and a number 2 of the micron pens. And the 8 is a heavier ink line than the number 2. Number 2 is much finer. I was saying in my last video that I was saving these micron pens for a special occasion, but then one of my dear friends, I think it was Bernice, she said, no, don't save those darn pens for no special occasion. So I'm using them. But I still use a lot of the, like this here, I think this one I used, well, I used the micron pen and I used the Sharpies. This one too, some micron, some Sharpies. So I like this one. I kind of like this one. I don't know that I'm finished with it. I might still add. I think I like that one though. And this one here, I was trying to copy somebody else's art, which it did not turn out anything like the other. It did sort of, where these kind of petals kind of look overlapping, and I like that. But then this one, I did all on my own. I shouldn't say on my own. Oh, you know what I want to show you? Okay, this is what I want to show you. Okay, let me go to the back of this piece. I have this ruler. I don't know what you call this kind of a ruler, but it's round. But this is amazing. If you have this kind of a ruler, you guys, then all you need to do is put your circle. Okay, let me put my, wait a minute, I need my spot in the middle. Dang it, how do I get my spot? I can't get my spot in the middle. Oh, I know what I can do. Never mind. Okay, then they have the degrees around. And so I'm going to start with the 1 or the 360 right here at the top. And I'm going to go at the 360, and then I'm going to go every 45 degrees. So then you go 10, 20, 30, 45. And then again, you'll go 10. Well, see, the next one will be 90. But see, you can, I want to write on a piece of scrap paper here. Do I got a piece of scrap paper here? Because if you, well, here, I can write it on here. Like you'll go 45, 90, and then 45 more after 90 is 135, right? Yeah, 135 plus 45 would be no, that's wrong. 135 plus 45 would be 175, 180. 180. And then it would be 225. Am I right? And then after 225, then it would be 45 more would be 220, 45, 270. And then after 270 would be 45 more. You just keep adding 45 degrees. So that's 30, 270. Then that would be 3. Wait a minute, 70, 80, 90, 100, 315, is that right? And then after 315, then another 45 would be 360. Yeah, that's right then. 360. So that you just need that list of numbers. 45, 90, 135, 180, 225, 270, 315, and 260. Just have them numbers. Just have them numbers. Okay, and then when you're going, you start up at the 360 because that's the same as 1. And then you go over to 45, down, down, down. Okay, so now I got the 90, so then I want to go to the 135. And then I want to go to the 180, 180. And then I want to go around here to the 225. And then I want to go around to the 270. And then I want to go to the, then right in the middle of the 270, then it's 315. And then you're back to 360 at the top. Okay, see, now this, as long as you can do this, you can make any kind of, then you can go with making any kind of a design. Okay, so then you need to have a straight ruler, which I've got this little 8-inch ruler. And so what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to draw a line from those marks across. So that's only going to be 4 lines across. You do this in pencil because then you may want to erase. Okay, do it in pencil because then you will put in ink what you want it to, where you want it to stay. So see, now it is equal pieces of a pie there. Cherry pie, blueberry pie, pizza pie, whatever. I don't think they call pizza pies anymore. We used to call them a pizza pie when I was a child. When I was just a mere child. Okay, so this is, once you do this, then you can do any design you want around, and first do it in pencil because, okay, so how about if I go like I'm going to start here, and if I'm going to just do simple. I'm going to, see, this is about the middle right here. So I'm going to go and make just a little arc. Now I'm doing it in pencil so that I can erase that if I decide I don't like that. And so I'm just going to keep going around like this. And then I'm going to have a symmetrical, like almost like a flower. And I'm sort of doing it as good as I can. As good as I can do it. Now see how that almost looks, I mean, it looks quite symmetrical. Here I got this one touching, this one's not touching, 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 that. Okay, so that means I want, okay, so now I'm going to, and I am going to use my, I'm going to use my Sharpie. Did I put my Sharpie away? Doubtful, because I just don't put things away. Okay, here's, there we go, with my Sharpie. So now, so far I know what I want to keep. I want to keep these petals around. So, but I want that to touch the middle, so I'm going to go with my Sharpie. But I don't want to really keep these lines across. I'm going to be erasing them. So I'm going to go with my Sharpie, and I'm going to, and it works better if you, for me, it works because your hand moves better in an arc like this, rather mine does anyway. So I will turn my piece in that direction so I get that kind of a arc in my line. And see, now that I'm going over it with a marker, I'm being more careful that my my petals are touching in the middle. If you want them touching, you might not want them touching. You might want the space there because you might want to do something different and not touching. And so, and I'm telling you, just from my own experiences, when you doodle, when you just take the time to doodle, and you don't have to do anything perfect. You know, if you have a ruler like this, then that's all good. But like on this other one, oh, on the other side here, I'm doing the mushrooms. I'm just doodling a mushroom. And mushrooms come in so many different shapes. That doesn't matter what kind of shape you put it in because it's going to be a mushroom. Okay, see, I might want to, where's my little, there we go. I might want to put, just a circle right in the middle. I think this ruler right here was like $3. Oh, I didn't get that right in the middle. It doesn't have to be right in the middle, though. I think it was like $3, $3 or $4 for that ruler in Amazon. And because I seen somebody else using it and it had them numbers around, and I said, oh, I got to have one of them. Because a lot of monkeys see, monkey do. And so I needed it. I needed to have that. Okay, see? So now look at there. Already I made that flower. Now, then I might want to, the thing is, once you add something to a section, put that same something in every section, you see. So maybe I'll go from the center of this petal and I'll just make a line to the point of this petal. Then I'll want to go from the same thing over here, the center of this petal, and go to the point of that one before it. And do that same to make a mandala, whatever, any kind. You're going to just keep doing the same thing. When you make one mark, then do it the same mark all the way around. And see how that turned out now? How that same mark. Now I might want to take and go from that line I just put there. Maybe I'm going to go from the center of that line. Well, that is sort of like I did something over here. Well, oh, this one. Yeah, I sort of did, well, I don't know. But see, now if I go into the center of this, that line I just now put there, then maybe I'll take that. Now see, you can do it with pencil first and then go over, but I'm pretty sure I'll get this one close enough. And close enough is good enough. And so, but I'm going to go to the center of that line that I just made and go to the point of the next petal. The center to the point, and do that same thing all the way around. And this, by having that little ruler like that round ruler, it's like the best cheat sheet, whatever, and you can make such beautiful art. Now see, now I just did them all the way around. And so then maybe I would want to, like, then maybe start filling something in. And so maybe I'll, that little place that I just made, then maybe I'll just go ahead and do the same fill in on each one of them spaces. So you're designing your own. If you're designing your own, then you don't have to work on trying to make yours just like somebody else's that's in a book. And this is Zen doodling. This is not Zen tangle at all, because although some of these fill-ins or something might be the same as a certified Zen tangle, once you're putting them on your own, wherever you'll then just call it Zen doodle, and then you don't have to match anything perfect. That's just my humble opinion. And so, but I'm telling you, this is it's got me in such a Zen mode even right now. Do you see how that is? How it's all coming together. And so then, but see now some of that, I can go ahead and remove some of those pencil lines now. And because I don't really need them there. If I decide I needed them there later, I can always add them. But see, by having the pencil lines at the beginning, see, even that one all the way around now, I don't need that one. If I wanted it back around there, I could, because I just went around that round ruler, I could add that up there if I wanted. But now, though, I think even if I decided I wanted that circle all the way around, I could just freehand it on there, and if it wasn't perfect, it wouldn't matter. But I'm just trying to encourage everybody. Now, the other day I was talking to my friend Cordula on the phone, and that girl's, she's kind of a nervous wreck now. She just went and had her first chemotherapy treatment yesterday. Gosh, I just, two people in my world going through chemo, and no, there's more than that, because Bernice is going through chemo as well. God, there's so many chemo people. Maybe it's because I'm getting older and I know just no more people. I don't know. But I was talking to her, and we were doodling together. So she's got her a pencil and a piece of paper and just started doodling. And what she started doodling was, she just made a whole bunch of circles. Like, she just made a whole bunch of circles on her paper. And like circle, 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 well, just a whole bunch she had. And then she just, with squiggly lines, connected them. And you can do that. And it's perfect. In fact, when she was doing that, I said, well, I think I'm going to do that. And then you can just go ahead and start adding different things. And maybe you want to, I love the arch, make the arches to fill in spaces. So you just can keep going. You don't have to have any plan ahead or anything, and keep going. Now see, there's so much I can still do on here. As you can see on this one, I made these things here like a little eyeball thing almost. So I could go on here and make, well, maybe, yeah. See, I could go here and just make, like I did on them circles on one that I did the other day. And so go here and make this little piece. Where did I put that other Sharpie? Let me get this one out. This one here, it's got a broader tip, so when you're doing something like this that you're filling in black, then I like to use my Sharpie. But see here how that is? Just making them those little, and you can just leave it, you know, leave just that little, looks like a little eyeball or something. But see how it almost starts looking 3D? It really does. And you just, like I say, just get you a pencil and paper. Look at now, all of my little pieces are different sizes. But if I wanted to go through and try to get them all the same, that's because I'm quickly going here. But see, now each one has that. And then I can echo around that. But see, what you're doing is you're just making them all the same. When you put in a spot, do that same piece, do that same thing all the way around on each of the spots. See how that's coming along there? And then from here now you could, oh my goodness, there's so many things. You know, you'll just, so, well, there's just so many things you could do here. You could, oh, you think, see, maybe I'll go right here and just put some fill lines in here, this direction. I wouldn't want to put this direction because these ones are already that direction. So that's why I would just go in that. It almost looks like an eye, and this is the eyelid. So I'm doing the eyelid. So I'm just encouraging you. I sure am not teaching you, but I'm encouraging you. Just to get you a pencil and a grocery bag, whatever to write on, and just start something. And but if you can get one of these here, is there a brand name on this? No, there's no brand name on that. But a round ruler like that to be able to do your mandala. And you know, I just know you'll enjoy it. I had somebody, one comment was said that her hands, the lady's hands, wiggle too much. She got shaky hands. Well, that does not matter if you have shaky hands, because then you just got a different design if you've got a shaky hand. Because you might want to go right along here and just make a shaky line all the way here. There's a shaky line. And I can make my shaky line on every one And it doesn't matter that it's shaky. It just gives it that much more of an art feel, an art form, art something or other. And just go on and do all them shaky lines. And see there, how pretty is that? I like that shaky line. And then once you put in something like this, and you didn't even know it was going to look that good, and look at what it looks like. And then, like here, I might just put a couple little whiskers out there in these crevices. But, and now when you're doing this part of it, each one of these do not have to be alike. Now is when you could take this and add maybe a vine and some leaves or something here. See there how it's coming along. And I have open space, a lot of open space still in there, so I can add. Now, like I told you before, I like to have a border around. I love having a border around my pieces. Like, see how that's got a border around. That one doesn't have a border yet, but it may end up. See, I got a border. I got a border around, and then I put them straight lines in. After I had everything else drawn in, then I put the straight lines on that one too. So, and it kind of just gives it a finished look when you make you a little border around on your paper. And this here paper is watercolor paper, and I bought the watercolor paper because even the Sharpie marker is not going to bleed through. See? And so, and then putting that around like that, then, and see, like here, I started putting like leaves and stuff around here. I'll still work on this one too some more, and because this one I want to fill it all up. But once I put all the leaves or whatever I'm going to put over here, then I will see how I put those little, just filled in all of those little spaces, and I like that. And when you're designing your own like this, it's you don't have, you're not trying to copy somebody's, because I have found if you're trying to copy somebody else's image, then it's kind of like, oh my gosh, I didn't get that right, or I didn't get that right, something's not right. And so I don't really like to try to copy somebody's image, and I've tried to learn some of the Zentangles that are in the Zentangle books I have, or like if I'm watching a Zentangle video, and I just can't get it. No matter how hard I try, I can't get it. And I have found that if I just freehand something, then I'm fine. Like in this book, what was I? Oh yeah, I did get this one, but there's one that I have been really trying to do, and I just can't get it. I just, no matter how much, where's that one? Some of them just, like just that cane looking thing. I have trouble with that cane looking thing. And to try to get them just right. I just can't do it. There's some that I just can't do. And so, and probably if I really, really worked harder at it, maybe I would get it. I don't see that one that almost made me curse. I want to curse. Don't let your artwork make you curse. But anyhow, and so then I've learned that if I just work on my own, like you saw how I did this. This is beautiful. I'm not finished. I got more to do with this because I don't want to leave this much white space in there. In fact, I might want to even in around here, maybe I'll just make a, I don't want that so much to look like an eyeball. There, now it looks more like a telephone dial. Oh, I'm sorry, most of you wouldn't know. You youngins wouldn't know that that looks like a telephone dial because you don't have telephone dials anymore. But see here, just whatever you do on one, do it on all of them. See how pretty this is? This is really pretty. I think it's very pretty. And like what I'm doing on almost all of mine that I've done recently, I'm using some red in each one. And if you don't use a lot of red, then that red just really pops. And see, when I'm doing this and going around, I'll put that one right in the middle first and then work out. After I do that middle one, then work out. See? Put that middle one in first, and then most of your other ones will be pretty accurately distributed. But yeah, I encourage you, get one of these here types of rulers, and then just a straight ruler. This is an 8-inch ruler. Oh, this paper is, I ordered that from, it's 5 by 7. This is 5" by 7. And I ordered that from Amazon. I know it, I gotta quit spending money. It's not my father would say money doesn't grow on trees. But I got that whole big stack. It's 100 sheets. That means I can make 200 pictures on this. And it's just called Camus watercolor paper, 300 grams, 5 by 7. Made in China. China? Okay, but anyhow, that's just what I wanted to tell you today. And yes, I encourage you to just doodle, and like, it does not have to be something perfect at all. And now I'm going to look up today. Today is June 3rd. Can you believe June 3rd? Kaya is having a birthday on the 11th. She's going to be 4 years old. Okay, so, you mean I haven't looked at this since the end of May? I mean, well, it's not like the end of June 3rd. Yeah, June 11th, Kaya's going to be 4 years old. June 3rd, yeah. Okay, I'll put on my glasses here. See with that bug leg, see? How I start something and I just, well, as you can see, I've kind of shrunk my area up here. I don't have much space, so I can't do much. Okay, I want to be central in your entire being. When your focus is firmly on me, my peace displaces fears and worries. They will encircle you, seeking entrance, so you must stay alert. Let trust and thankfulness stand guard, turning back fear before it can gain a foothold. There is no fear in my love, which shines on you continually. Sit quietly in my love light while I bless you with radiant peace. Turn your whole being to trusting and loving me. See there? My peace displaces your fears and worries. And see, what I was just talking about is people, Bernice, and then there's Cordula, and then my daughter going through the chemotherapy right now. And And you know, if I let it, these fears and worries are going to take me over. I don't want to do that. And I want to, and this is one thing, just doing art like that. And Thessalonians 3:16 says, "Now may the Lord of peace himself give you peace at all times and everywhere. The Lord will be with all of you." And in 1 John 4:18 says, "There is no fear in love, but perfect love drives out fear, because fear has to do with punishment. The one who fears is not made perfect in love." And so, you know, that's one of the questions. A lot of people say they fear God. I don't fear God, and I don't think that we need to fear God. You know, God is whoever you make him out to be, or her. Could be a her, could be a rabbit. You never know. But yeah, you know what I did at one time? At one time when I was doing art, every one of my arts, I probably have it in a journal around here, but I would make a cross, a star, and just like that, just one of those, and that is my symbol for God. That's my symbol for God right there. And so I wanted God to be with me in everything I did. And so I would put that little symbol somewhere on my art piece, and that's that's what I would do. And so just that's simple. That's is what I would do. But anyway, okay, I'm gonna leave it at this, and I'm ask God to watch over you every step you take, every move you make. I want Him to keep you. Oh, I gotta polish my nails again. I want him to keep you safe and secure. I want him to keep you happy, healthy, and humble, and free from any kind of harm. That's the best. I don't want you to be harmed. Don't want you even to get a mosquito bite. Okay, so that's it for now, and I'm going to continue on working on this one and this one. I don't finish one before I start another, and I encourage you so much. I encourage you to please start some doodling. So even if you're a quilter, like if you're a quilter, that's all you do is quilt. Put your put your scissors up in your sewing machine, just push it out of the way for a little minute and do some doodling. And then close up your doodle pad and go back to your quilting. Just something about that doodling that is just calming. And I want you to be calm. I don't want you to be flying off the handle for no reason. Okay, I am looking for my mouse as we speak. Oh, there it is. And you know what? I look forward to seeing you on the next video. God bless and keep you, and have a good day, or night, or morning, or week.